Hello guys, welcome back to part 2 of Theme Park, Candy Texture Pack, Building Stuff, Pleasure Beach, blah blah blah, Theme Park, yeah. No, I'm joking, but seriously, yeah. Welcome back guys, this is episode 2 of the Theme Park me and Speedcaller are going to be working on. In the first episode we built the boundaries of the front, I guess. Get back Scott, it's not your time yet. As you can see there's a Swiss roll next to me. And I'm going to turn my camera around as I am joined with Speedcaller.
Iron Man Mark 42 reporting.
Yes, hello, Marvel fan, nerd. Everything you know about Marvel, you. Yep, he's a Marvel fan.
Yay.
Subscribe, Marvel fans. You'll not hear enough of it on this channel. Oh, the vines are like coming down. That's awesome. It may get annoying though. Right, what should we do? We need to do the other boundaries, don't we? Oh my god. I think we should build this way, Scott, because we haven't got that much room on that side. There's more room this side. Just makes sense, doesn't it? Just so we don't feel limited. Right, how long should we do this then? 50?
Not very good at counting, so
We'll just do
I'm
it
going to
50.
start building and leave you to do the counting.
No, Scott, just do it 50 along, yeah?
Okay.
1, 2. I think I've done 50.
I have as well. Still doesn't seem big enough, does it?
You've done it the wrong way, Scott.
Oh.
We're doing it, yeah, inwards.
I thought we were doing it even bigger.
Should we? I agree actually, there's hardly no room here. Yeah,
you
stop
just
it.
do another 50 blocks along.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that now, I'm deleting this.
So yeah, to add a little conversation into this video, this might be old news to probably everyone, but Jane, I don't know if you've heard about it.
Yep.
Next year, there's apparently going to be a film coming out. It's an animated film, based on a very popular video game, which I enjoy very much. I'm just pissed off that I don't have a PS3. Ratchet and Clank is apparently going to be a film. Yeah. It's old news. The trailer came out like a year ago. Just said coming to theaters 2015. So whether or not I misread that, it's apparently going to be a film as well.
I didn't hear anything about that. I have not seen the trailer, but I will check it out.
Yeah,
1, 2,
just
3,
shows a
4,
trailer,
5, 6.
and it's like they're basically aware that they're doing a film stuff. I like Ratchet and Clank.
I've never actually
Combined.
heard about Ratchet and Clank. I've never played it or seen it. I don't know what it is.
Well, it's basically a very popular PlayStation franchise, and it's basically, it combines action with comedy, basically.
Really?
Yeah, I used to play it a lot back when I was on the PlayStation 2. I mainly played Ratchet and Clank 3. That was probably one of the most iconic games for me, so
Yeah.
why I'm looking forward to it. Obviously played other ones like on my brother's PS3 and stuff, but in my opinion Ratchet and Clank 3 was probably the best, but any game that you played for the first time is probably the best anyway.
Yeah, definitely. Talking about first games that you played, like I said, if you're not counting, well, if you are counting PC games and PS1 games, then it would be all the stuff on the Midway Arcade Origins, such as Gauntlet 1. There was this famous game on the PC called Paperboy. It was just you basically just ride around on a bike, throwing newspapers into people's gardens, like avoiding things. It's one of them like old game, what's it called? Old school games. I enjoyed it. And then obviously I moved on to PS1, and I actually remember 2 games that just came into my head. One of them was a Star Wars game. It was really hard. And another one was this racing game that I used to play. I don't remember what it was, but it was on the PS1.
Ridge Racer was quite popular on that console. Could it have been that?
I have no idea, but I remember like the front cover of it. It was like a car like about to drive into a tunnel, I think, if I can vaguely remember. Can't be on that though. It was
probably Ridge Racer though. That was quite a popular car series. So.
Yeah, it was really long ago. I'll have to do my research and bring the subject back up again. And then obviously the PS2 came, San Andreas came, Area 51 came, which is a brilliant game. All that.
I didn't really play that many games, like pixelated games. The first time I ever played a game was probably when I was about 5 or something. It was on, I think it was the PS1 still. First game I played was Sonic Adventure.
Yeah.
That was a really good game. That's out on Xbox Live Arcade. So, like, unless if you don't know its existence, then I'll try and do some little playthrough now and then, something for the channel, maybe.
Another thing I want to know is this is going to be quite a subject I'm going to probably yab on about, but are you done here, Scott? By the way, I've done my side, I think.
Yeah, I'm done.
Right, we're going to do the side bits.
Yeah, we'll do the
Should
side.
we just do it
How
100
long do I do
along?
it?
Just do it.
Alright.
Whilst I speak about my subject.
I reckon we do it 200 along, actually, no, that's
Whoa.
a bit going over the top.
Yeah, definitely. I think this is big enough, pretty much. Right, my subject. I don't know, I'm going to concentrate on this and speak, but I'll try. I can't even do it. I'm just going to speak and fly around. Right. The game I want to talk about, is a game on the PC. It was meant to be coming out on the Xbox, which I'll bring up. And that game is Age of Empires. Age of Empires, sorry. Fucking throat. There is a YouTuber who I watch called Zero Empires. I think he's brilliant. He does really good commentaries of games on that. I think Age of Empires, in my opinion, is one of the best strategy games on the PC. It's like, you start off. It's one of them games where you start off with one person, and then you end up growing your community whilst there's enemies on the field. So yeah. And if there is anyone out there who's watching who has this game, that might be very few because I don't see why an Age of Empires person would come over and watch some Minecraft, but it could happen. Just leave me a comment telling me if you've ever played it and what your thoughts is on the game. Now, on the Xbox, there was actually a trailer released. Scott, you want to speak a little bit about that? I think you were the first one to find it.
I honestly have no clue what you're on about.
That trailer for the Age of Empires game, and it said Microsoft made it.
Oh, yeah. I remember what you're on about. There was like some sort of trailer saying that it was going to come out on the Xbox, and it didn't. Jane had like a rant at some sort of Microsoft worker.
Yeah,
on the
I went
chat
on the
website.
Xbox support chat on my laptop, and I didn't have a rant, but I was questioning why it had been cancelled, because I think it would have been one of the best sellers, because it's just a game you can play, and it's different outcomes each game. Unfortunately, no, it's not been made. It might be, continued in the future. Hopefully, because I will play it, and I will play it every day. Probably do a lot of videos on that.
Speaking of games that should be remade on the 360, I'm hoping, and I'm sure that the Dragon Ball Z fans would agree with me here. I am hoping that they will remake Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 2 or 3. I'm hoping 3. Because they did it with the Budokai series, and I obviously have that game. Might do a playthrough or something later on. But there's just no news about it at the moment, and it was one of my most favourite games of all time. Raging Blast 2 is now, but that was probably my second favourite now, and it's just really good. It has all the characters from GT and everything, so no reason why they shouldn't remake it. Get a lot of people buying it. Go with it.
When you were saying just then about there's a game that
Yeah,
should be remade.
hold on. I have a feeling what you're going to say now.
What's
You
the
thought I was
first letter?
going to say Spy versus Spy.
Yeah, I was indeed.
Yeah, we think alike. Yeah, that's another game that
yeah.
me and Shane used to play in our early childhood. We used to like play on the PS2, split screen. It was just a really fun game.
Really
it should
amazing.
be on arcade.
It really should be. I was just thinking now, like, there's so much stuff to do on it. You could like just camp in your base, you know, go out and get yourself a bit of cash by killing a player, get like a weapon. What was it? Set traps, and they couldn't get into your base without this disguise that you can get, and it's just really fun. You know, playing pranks on your friends and stuff. And there's so many maps as well. It was just a really, really good game. So anyone out
This is
there,
what we're on about. Me and Shane are more of retro gamers. We prefer the classics. Now, if they could just make games like they used to, then life would just be so good.
I agree, definitely, yeah.
Like Spy versus Spy 2 or something. I'm not sure if the company's like out of business or anything, but please, just someone give it to us. I beg of you. PS2's history now, and we'd appreciate it if it came with like online or something. It's likely if it
Spy
came
vs
out on
Spy,
the 360.
if that came out on if that came out on Xbox, that would make so much money. It is such a good game. I'm sure you know what it is. Any viewers out there, I'm sure you know what it is. It's a game that pretty much everyone's come across or has heard of. It's just a shame that it's not as popular on YouTube because, you know, gamers on YouTube are more on the Xbox. So if it comes out on the Xbox, they'll do it, but it hasn't. So unfortunately, all you're going to see is some really old recordings with no one speaking. But if it came out on the Xbox, me and Scott would, you know, we'd play that every day and do a video at least once a day of it.
If we can figure out how to make the capture card work with the PS2, we could probably do a little
we could
memory reliving thing. I'm not even sure if that's possible.
That's something we'd have to do over in the 6 weeks holidays, though, wouldn't it?
I'm literally so crap at computers and all that I don't even know if that's possible, but if it is possible, I'm sure Shane will be able to find out or something.
Yeah, that's something we'll have to do when we have our break, which will be after the exams coming up soon, so we'll try and get some PS2 content out sooner or later. It's a good idea, actually.
Get the old PS2 out and relive some of the memories, play the classics.
That's a good idea, actually, yeah. Right, I'm going to follow this line and see if it meets with yours. And by God, it does. That's brilliant.
Yep.
Finally, I didn't muck up. Right, let's link this up now, and then we're done with the boundaries. We're sorry about these. While
we're doing this, another game that I'd wish they'd bring out is Shadow the Hedgehog. Not sure if many of you know what I'm on about, but that was probably the best Sonic game. In fact, it's the only really good Sonic game that ever came out, because after that period of time, after Sonic Adventure 2 and all that, they just started going downhill a bit, and their Sonic games are a bit more child-friendly now, because the main reason I like Sonic the Hedgehog so much is because the storylines were similar to Dragon Ball Z, had action and all that. Now though, it's just crap.
I've never really been into Sonic, as you may know, Scott. I just, there's some games that I like, some retro games, but there's some that I really dislike. And Sonic, I don't know what it is, but it's just not really appealing to me. It doesn't look like there's much to do. It's just it looks like a bit like one of them Mario courses. You know, you're running around getting the gold rings and stuff, but on Mario you're getting, the mushrooms and the coins and stuff. But yeah.
The thing I always liked about Shadow the Hedgehog was, though, it had such a dramatic storyline. It was just about him being created by aliens and stuff, and I like sci-fi and all that, so it was sort of up my league. And you're just running around as the evil hedgehog with bloody guns and sniper rifles and stuff. I mean, what's more mental than giving what was supposed to be a kids series assault rifles to kill an alien race with.
I just can't stop thinking about Spy vs Spy. It's got it in my head now.
Same.
Just remember some games I used to have, and it was just really fun.
So yeah, any retro gamers out there, hopefully you can agree with us.
I think one day, if we get
you?
like a large enough fan base on YouTube, I might actually start up a petition for the game creators to, you know, get their asses to Microsoft Studios and ask them for a placement for their game.
So yeah, if there's any retro gamers out there, leave a comment. Tell us what your favourite old classic game was.
Yeah,
Doesn't matter what console, Atari, PS2, GameCube, any of them.
PC as well. A lot of
Let us
people,
know.
a lot of gamers started on PC, like I did. So let's just do it before we end this episode, which will be soon. Let's just talk about like where our like gaming came from. I started on the PC, and then I originated to PS1, yeah. And then I think in between PS1 and PS2, did I have a DS? No, I didn't have a DS. I went to the PS2 after the PS1, and then during the PS2, I got a Nintendo DS, and I used to play Pokemon a lot with Scott. And then obviously the Xbox came, and here we are on Minecraft building a theme park. What about you, Scott?
Me, it basically originated with the Game Boy Advance and all that. I was like playing Pokemon and all that, and then I started playing the PS1 and the Nintendo GameCube.
Hold on a
I
minute.
believe they were
There
out
was
at
something
similar
before the
times.
PC. It was like this really weird controller, and it was like, I don't know what it was. It was a really weird shaped controller, and it was like this really old retro gaming thing. Do you know what I'm on about?
What
Or-
about it? No?
I don't know, but it was it was something before the PC, really old, and them games used to capture my memory.
Yeah.
Right, well then, that has been a very good episode.
So, we will eventually, well, I'm hoping anyway, we'll buy an Xbox One eventually and move on to content on that, but we'll just squeeze as much as we can out of the 360 for now, and when the time comes...
Yeah, I think the 360 has so much more
expect to see.
potential right now. And if you ask me, I think
I know Microsoft is probably, not many people know this, but I am certain Microsoft is trying to probably like scrap 360 users, because the whole deal with Titanfall and all that, I know they probably needed more time to make the game, but there was just a really long delay, and then I read an article and many people believed it was so that they could enhance the sales of the Xbox One, so I'm hoping they aren't going to do that with any other games, or else it's just proof that they're going to try and make everyone go to Xbox One and eventually shut the 360 down for good, like they did with the original Xbox, but
yeah.
hopefully it doesn't come to that.
Well,
This console will be part of us forever.
yeah, I think Xbox 360 has, like I said, a lot more potential. And I can sit with this for another year or two. I really can, but obviously we got to go with the times. So Xbox One probably this year, towards the end of this year, we'll probably switch over to that. But right now we're enjoying it 360 to the max. So yeah.
And one more thing,
Yep.
if there's anyone out there who work for like the company who makes the Gundam franchise, I beg of you, please make a 360 version of Dynasty Warriors Gundam Reborn. I mean, I saw the trailer like 2 days ago and it looked so awesome, and then they said it was exclusively for PS3,
Wow.
which I am quite angry with, because I have these previous 3 games. I didn't think there was anything wrong with them. Still think number 2 was probably the best of the 3. I'm hoping that these could like take my advice and probably many other people's advice and just make it for the 360 as well as the PS3. That way I'll be able to complete my collection. I mean, I'm a big fan of Gundam 00, and that has basically everything from that series to play as. And it turns out I'll never see
Right,
it.
so we're gonna have to.
Yes, you
Sorry,
may
guys.
laugh, but if it
No, I'm
was
not
Lord
laughing
of
at
the
that. We've
Rings,
just been
you'd
going
know
on
what
for
I mean.
ages, haven't we? Jesus. It's good though.
I know.
This is healthy, talking about our
But-
stuff, our retro games and stuff, what we like. So yeah, we're gonna have to end it here.
Yeah,
We'll speak more in the next episode about Gundam and retro games, or a new subject. As Scott said, leave a comment of your favourite retro games, being PC, Atari, anything. But yeah, today we got the boundaries done, so the next episode is going to start the actual buildings and roller coasters and stuff. So yeah, anything to say, Scott, on that note?
No, just keep on gaming, that's all I can say.
Keep calm and game.
Yep.
Yep, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next part.